today, the 22nd day of October 2020. We want to lay on a table waiting Air Cote d'Ivoire say na the reason why make tomorrow, the 23rd day of October, go be the last day when they fly in and out of Sierra Leone. Then get a reason, a couple of reasons. And the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, SAF, no left and day. Then SAF come and explain their own part, outside the team map, from their own lens, how they see about the suspension where Air Cote d'Ivoire say, then they suspend their flight where they go and come out from Sierra Leone. And then they can deal with. But before that, make we check within the status look like for today, the COVID-19 Nasalon. 456 tests are in the labs they analyze. And for today, we get 3 we turn out for be positive out of that 456. The 3, 2 now from Western area urban. 1 now from the diaspora, inbound passengers. Inbound passenger. So the diaspora, the inbound passenger them, we don't get now a total of 22 positive cases na Salon. We don't beat Karene and Falaba. We dey right behind Cambia, we get 30. So we don't get 22. We dey behind them. Again, that's the inbound passengers. Let us see within the other numbers them look like. Because of the 3 positive cases we'll get today, the total number of cumulative confirmed positive cases, it don't reach now to 2,340. For the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life to COVID-19. So we still stand at 73. The one them we get the virus now the system within isolation now 490. For the past 24 hours, 6 people recover from COVID-19 na Salon. We don't care the recoveries number to 1,777. The one them where they in quarantine, we don't they do good na that number there. We dey now 170. 170 people they in quarantine na the entire country. The one that were on discharge from quarantine na 11,783. Let me check the Mano River Union country. For today, the new case system, Sierra Leone at 3. Guinea 61. Liberia 1. Ivory Coast 21. Then they give you a total number of 86 positive cases for the Mano River Union countries them. The cumulative death: Salon 73, Guinea 70, Liberia 82, and Ivory Coast 121. Now we don't get a total number of 346 cumulative death na the Mano River Union countries them. Again, don't forget say COVID-19 day. Because NACOVAC say then they reduce 40% of the workforce. 40%. But then still want to make me and you know say coronavirus still dey. Even though then they reduce 40% of the workforce. So don't forget to knock over the tie down. Even though from when they ask them, make them can't tell we how much na them budget they don't spend and all these things. They're not ready for show you. But then they reduce 40% of their workforce anyway at the end of this month. So they wait for the day where then go show we really how much they don't spend. Eh? I believe so yourself one for see the breakdown. But we come proper to we program for today, we topic for today. And we topic within air for deal with waiting Air Cote d'Ivoire say. Ivory Coast, the official flights we can go salon where they carry passenger then go na salon and we can take people them for come out na salon. They're not glady. And then press release with them pull. Then letter with them send. I don't know, but me. Like I said, what I be saying first, I know one thing say not from an institution. I be feeling say and somebody just writes one kind of letter no more. So I begin for cross check with the Director General of Civil Aviation for say they are this not true. And we begin for no say yes, not true. Okay. Make I read the letter where Air Cote d'Ivoire be sent to the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. This letter will be on the 20th of October 2020. They address them to the Director General, the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, 3rd floor, Shaka Stevens Street, Freetown. They say, dear sir. They say, since we resume with commercial flight to Freetown, the airline indicator don't show say we get a massive loss on we Freetown route. The routes where they go Freetown, Air Cote d'Ivoire say, then get a massive loss. They say they indeed don't experience a very low load factor to and from Freetown. That's how they start the letter. Now we'll go to the second paragraph inside the letter. This now waiting at you. The exact word. In fact, after that first paragraph, then so they start the second paragraph. In fact, over the last 4 weeks, we don't incur a cumulative loss of $260,000 inside 4 weeks, 1 month. They say, or if you want break and down, we go say $65,000 per week. They say that loss they don't get because then they fly, go saloon and come on a saloon where they not get better passengers. They say this loss where they don't lose the amount of $260,000, or you can say $65,000 per week, then go link them to the high charges at Freetown Airport. Now waiting and show. They say this particular loss where they don't lose, then they link them to the high charges at the Freetown Airport. They say for passengers to and from Freetown, the cost of COVID-19 test now $130. If you break it down, 80 for go, 50 for come out. Now that they mean by $130. They say as cost that must be added to the price of the plane ticket. without forgetting the $80 for crossing over to and from Leone International Airport by boat. This na an airline na they complain so. Na airline na they complain so. Say, one, the COVID-19 test na $130. So then they try for make we know say, them feel say na den tinya. Na me they no get better passenger. They say the COVID-19 test na $130. And also, for we can take the sea coach, the what is it, express and all these things them for cross the water. They say make we not forget say then they safe. It's na 40 go 40 for come. Then they na $80. All this lead to the drastic reduction of the number of passengers to and from Freetown. Since we started operation with passenger load of the flight stands at an average of 10 passengers per flight. In such situation, it's not economically viable for continue for suffer these high recurring losses. This now from Air Cote d'Ivoire. Make we go to the third paragraph. And you know, say the second paragraph then starts with, in fact, this one they say, in addition, the cost and restrictive measures by the state to contain the spread of COVID was also part of the result to high obstacle to the movement of people. Movement of the people. Okay. Make we go to the last paragraph. What did they say? And I only start with however. However, faced with this situation, we therefore don't take this decision for suspend temporarily all we flights them, where they go inside or where they come out na salon, as of October 23rd, 2020. That day then go be we last flight to ensure the survival of the company. They say tomorrow, the 23rd, then go be the last flight for go salon and for commodity, so that the company go survive, so that the company no go die. Because if you not survive, waiting, not to die, you go die. And they don't want to make Leone Airport kill the company. Not so. Now that's the mean. We hope you will understand the situation forcing us to suspend the flights. Then say, we love to hear from you as soon, not on but as possible. Then go look for Yei from the Director General, because then they address this too, of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation. They say then go look for Yei from him as soon as possible. Okay. So because they said they go look for Yari from him as soon as possible, well, the Director General back himself, he be right tune in reply to this particular one we just heard so from Air Cote d'Ivoire. He said in a press release on the 21st of October 2020. He said, pursuant to Part 3, Section 14 of the Civil Aviation Act 2019, the object of the authority is to promote 1. Safety, 2. Security efficiency of the civil aviation in Sierra Leone by licensing and regulating civil aviation in accordance with the obligation of Sierra Leone under the Chicago Convention and other applicable international agreements. To this end, Air Cote d'Ivoire don't they operate inside Salone since 2012, pursuant to Article 2 of the Single African Air Transport Market, when a SAATM, when that agreement day, now settle for the liberalization of the African air transport market. Now on this ticket, now Sierra Leone accept the destination of Air Cote d'Ivoire as a national carrier of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, and once designation was granted, Air Cote d'Ivoire subsequently then give them approval for exercise the first to the fifth freedom right to and from Freetown, Monrovia, Abidjan. This now waiting the DG say, make until you don't hear waiting Air Cote d'Ivoire say, so now from the DG you sign now with a look so. On this backdrop, the attention of the Civil Aviation Authority has been done to a letter circulating on social media addressed by the country manager of Air Cote d'Ivoire to the Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation. So in this one, it want to foresee, the letter no go directly to the DG. Instead, according to waiting the Civil Aviation Authority tell we now, he said themselves, na social media they see him. So just like how me see him, just like how you see him on social media, na so themselves see him na social media. So it no go directly to them. I don't know, maybe the DG go and check in junk mail, or how them be don't use for communicate before. But however, make we continue. It say, okay, Tagam say the resumption of commercial flights to Freetown. Hey, don't call me this hour there. The resumption of commercial flights to Freetown, the airline indicators have shown a massive loss on the Freetown route. Remember where to read just now. Furthermore, in the said letter, Air Cote d'Ivoire stated factors responsible for the withdrawal of waiting their operation na Freetown with effect from the 23rd of October 2020. So, the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority then please for inform the public on the following. A. Cost of COVID-19 test in the sub-region. Based on the comprehensive analysis of the cost of COVID-19 test within the sub-region, where, as presented in the table below, well, this is the table where the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation GUI, only Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire have a relatively lower cost than Salone. Only Guinea and Ivory Coast now then get low amount for pay for COVID-19 test than Salone. And that one they safe. The civil aviation want for defend why. They say that because both countries are only doing secondary screening when they already see the Rapidion for arriving passengers. Whereas in Sierra Leone, now the PCR test, where now the mandatory for all arriving passengers in Sierra Leone. From the fact presented, and they say they can argue say, waiting Air Cote d'Ivoire tell we is inaccurate. Make I go through the numbers then quick for we. I hope say not just the Canaya no more, you can listen, because if you be the follow, even yesterday, this one be done up na the website. And they tell you, get you a trusted source. Wait, see, don't know more if you feel, just go na snradio.net. Go check all the latest news you go to meet and there. But make we continue. The table, what they read so now, na COVID-19 test within the sub-region and beyond. Sierra Leone, for going inside salon, na $80. For Comonado, na $50. We na $130. Cote d'Ivoire, for going inside it, na $4. They say the $4 na because na RDT na the rapid testing they do. For Comonado, na $90. Sudan na $94. Ghana, for going inside na $150. For Comonado na free, you know they pay. So then total na $150. Togo, for going inside there, na $72. For Comonado, na $72. So now a total of $144. Benin, for going inside there, na $180. For Comonado, na $90. So now $270. Nigeria, for going inside there, na $150. For Comonado, na $150. So now a total of $300. Senegal, for going inside there, na $72. For Comonado, na $72. So now $144. Burkina Faso, for going inside there, na $163. For Comonado, na $163. So na $326. Guinea, for going inside there, na free. You say? Guinea, for going inside there, na free. But however, na the rapid test then they do. Then they charge you for go. Then they do them for you free. For Comonado back, it's cheap, na $67. So then, na a total of $67. Rwanda, for going inside there, na $100. For Comonado, na $100. So na a total of $200. So Guinea, na $67, and Ivory Coast, na $94. Before you meet now, Salon win at $130. But remember, waiting Air Cote d'Ivoire say, they say that $130 there added to the ticket price. Make we continue. He say B parts. Then they what I just give you so now the A parts. Now we'll go to the B part. B part, he say high charges at Freetown International Airport. Remember, then tell we say now $260,000 then they don't loss. Because $65,000 then they lost per week. So this now waiting the Civil Aviation Authority wants me and you for no. They say the purported loss. What then tell we say that all loss $260,000, as stated in the said letter, is unsubstantiated and unfounded. They said they look for fender kind number there, how you go lost that kind money there. They're not able to fend nothing. Then I waiting Civil Aviation tell you. Considering its type of operation. They say, what they say for consider the kind of operation first way Air Cote d'Ivoire they do. For can't talk say they lost that kind of money there. When you look at the aircraft type what they use and the size of them personnel them, that's the hostess, the everything now we come with that flights there. And the number of frequencies, and aircraft turnaround time, etc. They say, when them try for look, how then go lost that number there? They're not able to find out. Fail. However, as a responsible and business-friendly government, oh yes, it's power, the new direction. Prior to the commencement of operations again in Sierra Leone in 2019, the government, through the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, signed within a memorandum of understanding granting Air Cote d'Ivoire concession on some operational cost, as a way of demonstrating government's commitment towards increasing air transport connectivity within the sub-region. Then the claim now say, then we give them concession. You remember the other tell we count the digital and they force them. Now, thing and the way be tell we. Me and you know say right now, who that we don't buy tickets for go December, or they plan for go April, we see ticket cheap for go salon. There, it's you up make us see. So then concession here, we then say then give them people here. With the passenger, they only feel more. And now, the airlines have don't grumble, but high cost. But now we look, within the Ministry of or the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation say. They say kindly see below the concession given to Air Cote d'Ivoire. But this time they scatter all thing. Until they first begin, all thing now they know will not be no. 1. Landing or approach. Then give them 25% discount for 4 to 6 frequency per week. Then give them waiting 25% discount. 2. Free office space facility at the airport. Then give them for 1 year. 3. Free usage of trolleys for passengers, which was $5 by then. Yeah. Well, free lepers, you know, do you good. All thing they come and do. 4. Free parking of aircraft for up to 24 hours when there is a technical problem. 5. 15% GST waiver on handling charges and other aviation-related costs for all airlines operating in Sierra Leone by the government. 15%. And then this now come to all airlines we mix Air Cote d'Ivoire inside it. That's the B part we don't done so. Make we can now to the C part. COVID-19 measures restricting movement of people. They say the claim where Air Cote d'Ivoire make, say the COVID-19 restrictive measures don't serve as high obstacle towards the movement of people and then they lead to a greater revenue loss. They say it baseless. Outside then put that in there, where then look, bottom not did Bottom in not did at all. So it baseless. It okay, one base. Then say, and they're not able to fend. They unfounded. They look for and they're not able to fend nothing based on the facts provided below in table 1 and 2 respectively. On the passenger figure below, prior to COVID-19 outbreak, as stated in table 2, the average passenger movement in and out of Sierra Leone on a monthly basis was around 8,000 in 2019. After they resumed the commercial air transport within the last 3 months, that are the 22nd of July to the 21st of October, the average monthly passengers figure the table 1, where I go can read for which is now. It shows say approximately 3,700 passengers then they move in and out of Sierra Leone. This has been referred to as one of the fastest recovery. Papa God. All right, make a comeback. They say because 3,700 people they go inside and come on and do from inside Salone, this they don't refer to as the fastest recovery on the continent by our international partners, considering the fact that 50% of the market has been recovered in less than 6 months, albeit with less number of airlines and where they operate inside the country before the pandemic. This now waiting the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation detail we. Let's check the table where they talk about here. This table now from where the airport opened July to October 2020. SN Brussels, who stand then start inside July, or 30th of July. Now 210 then they go Salon and Comonado for the week. 210. And the number of passengers them where they don't handle now 5,615. The average per month now 1,872. ASCII Airline then start on the 1st of August. Now 5 times then they go Salon per week. 2,270 passengers and they don't deal with. And 757 then the average per month. Air France, then start on the 4th of August. Now 210, then they go Salon per week. Then they'll handle 1,198 passengers. And then they average 400 passengers per month. Hour. Now the 13th of September, then NSF begin go. Now 310, then they go per week. Then they don't do a total of 193 passengers. Where then they average like 65 passengers per month. Turkish Airline. Then begin go the 10th of August. Now 110, then they go per week. They don't handle 1,674 passengers, 555, and then the average per month. Kenya Airways then start on the 16th of September. Now 210, then they go per week. Then they'll handle a total of 269 passengers, and then they average 90 per month. Air Cote d'Ivoire. Then start on the 15th day of September 2020. Because I didn't get this case. Then they go 310 per week. So from that 10 day to now only 52 passengers them. Now and then don't handle. From September 15 and at 310, remember? At 310 per week. Now only 52 passengers and then don't handle. So then you can say then go the average like 18 passengers per month. Tell me if you if now you they do business so if you no go vex. But waiting civil aviation no like now they can call the name inside it. Before the COVID-19, if you want go check them out, make her go to the end. In spite of this concern, the Ministry of Transport and Aviation through the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority wishes to assure the general public of its continued effort to ensure greater connectivity and further note that the route from Freetown to Abidjan is still serviced by Africa World Airlines when an hour. But then they pass through Accra and ASCII Airline, then they pass through Leone. So flights then still where they go Abidjan. So even if Air Cote d'Ivoire say they know they fly again, they will know that. On this note, the authority thanked the public for its continued trust and confidence. Signed, Management, Moses, Tifa, Bao. Même Zobi Safa say, he say maybe then for reduce some from that 310 food then they go to 110, make them see. But I think say then we just don't tire. If you watch waiting the civil aviation talk about, some of waiting Air Cote d'Ivoire complain but they not touch the. That one way they say people and they pay for cross. Because you still get option for use the ferry. Not so. So something I make them not touch the. Because then go say, well, if you know one for use $40, go $40 turn back, then use ferry. At 5,000 or 3,000. I don't forget how much. Nayana Salon. Nayana Salon. Air Cote d'Ivoire. Don't make we know. All waiting then say. And they make the Civil Aviation Authority self tell we waiting we not be know. Make we call to Usmantoli, make we hear waiting he gets for it today. Yes, Usmantoli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, AAA, for bringing the press release. We come on from the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, and also for bringing that letter. We come on from Air Cote d'Ivoire. That will help me for make a good comparative analysis. Because interestingly, in other words, the most interesting observation is that the press release will come out from the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. It dismissed everything where here Cote d'Ivoire mentioned as a reason for suspending their flight. Interestingly, every bit of it dismissed them, right? So the best way forward for make a thorough analysis to look at both the press release from the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority to that of the letter from here Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, let's start with the Air Cote d'Ivoire, the indicators, which show massive loss since they resumed the commercial flight to Freetown. What are the factors? Yeah? One of the factors where they say the COVID-19 test, which seems to have been disputed by the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. I don't understand what Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority means. There is no doubt that COVID-19 test, with the kind price where they charge, it get impact on the number of passengers when they fly. There is no doubt. Nobody knows to dispute that. A good number AAA. We don't interview the Director General of this program. And one of the case concerns, where most of the diaspora they talk about, is the cost of COVID-19. Nobody knows to dispute that. Yeah? So, for let Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority come out and say that is not a valid point, is unfounded and not substantiated, I think is fundamentally flawed. Everybody believes, say, the charges them wouldn't charge, whether be it in Sierra Leone, whether be it in Conakry, whether be it anywhere in the world, that test alone, everybody ascertain, say that test, it get impact on the number of passengers the way they fly. That is more than apparent, yeah? So, if the airline comes in, they don't do their own cost and benefit analysis, yeah? They say that they lost $260,000 on a monthly basis, or every 4 months, yeah? Then you must not do your own cost analysis, yeah? Then Sierra Leone Civil Authority, they talk about aircraft type, yeah, maybe in terms of consumption of fuel, the size of personnel, maybe the number of people that really work for the airlines is small and all that. Yeah, people that must not do the cost and benefit analysis. So I don't agree with the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. We can't dismiss that. Yeah? Again, let's look at the concession where Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority give to the here Cote d'Ivoire, yeah? And say the landing approach fees is 25% down. And remember, for 4 to 6 frequency per week. That is, you go only entitled to the 25% discount if you fly a frequency of 4 to 6 per week. But if you go back to your table, AAA, what is the frequency, average frequency for Cote d'Ivoire? 3 frequency. So meaning the 25% discount does not apply. Simple as that, yeah? You get for fly 4 to 6 on frequency, average frequency per week. For that, you get a 25% discount. But because Cote d'Ivoire, Air Cote d'Ivoire, only they fly 3 frequencies, so the 25% discount we they say when they give, you don't apply. Simple as that, yeah? Free office space at airport for 1 year. But you just want to know whether the magnitude, whose impact, does it make a lot of difference for that space when they occupy? What's in the, how much cost it will able to save them? You get to think about it. The free change of police for passengers, when they charge $5. Again, passengers, we will count in terms of that. And it's a free parking of aircraft for up to 24 hours when there is a technical problem. And that only applies, the concession Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, the G, it only applies if there is a technical fault. So that it make a very little impact. Because one technical problem they occur, very rare, yeah. So it make a very little impact. 15% GST, and this is not only to Air Cote d'Ivoire, but to all other airlines. Then this is now a general tax waiver to all the other airlines. Then, yeah. So that again, it make a very little impact. Then they talk about COVID-19 measures restricting movement of people. Yeah? Okay, this is a very interesting one. And I think you will see the flood of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. Yeah? I wish you could be able to display this now about it. Don't worry, I will try to explain as best as possible. Yeah? For we will do financial analysis, looking at table 1 and table 2. Yeah? Very interesting. Yeah? The claim we here Cote d'Ivoire make that COVID-19 restrictive measures don't serve as an eye obstacle towards the movement of people and has resulted to greater revenue loss. We Civil Aviation Authority dismiss. Then dismiss them based on the argument. And this is important, yeah? Then say, before COVID-19, the average passenger figure for 3 months over the 7 airlines then now around 8,000. Since they resume flight, yeah, the number of passengers now about 3,700, which is just about 50%. Yeah, but this is a general one for all the airlines. Remember, every airlines get their own unique operations. Yeah, it doesn't mean if SM Brussels they do well, all other airlines are doing well. This is not a total summation of all the airlines. Then, yeah, one line will do well, maybe the other airline will do well. But the part I want to bring our attention specifically, yeah, looking at I think AAA, you begin to mention that, and this is interesting, yeah. If you look at the number of frequency for Cote d'Ivoire, then they fly 3 times per week, yeah, on average. And prior to COVID-19, just before COVID-19, total number of passengers, on average, yeah, was 1,899. Yeah. On resumption, when they resume, yeah, the number of passengers, yeah, with the same frequency, 3, yeah, it came down as well. It was 633 prior to COVID-19 a month, yeah, and after COVID-19, total number of passengers, yeah, when you look at on average, 3 average per month is 18. 18, imagine 18. So that represents a 3,516% fall. 3,516% fall. In other words, the total number of passengers, yeah, after the resumption, yeah, 18. Before, the number of passengers was 1,899. Yeah? So, the figures were then for emphasize on the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, let them not make fool of them. The figures were then for applying here, they are addressing specifically the airlines. So, what is more important here is the figures of Cote d'Ivoire. We are not interested on the figures of SM Brussels. We're not interested on the figures of other airlines then. This figure more interested is about Cote d'Ivoire. Because now they write that letter, they make loss. Because the indicators then, that is the numbers there. Yeah, the financial indicators show they are making a loss. And indeed, when you look at those figures there, yeah, it shows the number of passenger load is fall drastically. And as I say, when you compare the two tables, yeah, a percentage fall of 3,516% is massive. There is no doubt about it. Any financial analyst will tell you, the company is making a massive loss. With the figures presented by the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. Yeah, that airline, yeah, taking out of voting the Cote d'Ivoire talk. Look at the table, yeah, in terms of the frequency, in terms of total number of passengers the way they fly, yeah. When a Sierra Leone Civil Aviation represent that don't tell you clear, without any doubt, that the airlines indeed they make a loss. So the idea for come present with a total number prior to COVID-19 as 8,000. On resumption, yeah, they get about 3,700. That is insignificant because they talk specifically in terms of the airlines. And we are addressing the concerns of the airlines. Now that I want everybody to look at. So for Crown it all, by my own financial analysis, the company is making a loss. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And everybody knows, people are concerned about their traveling experience at this point in time. Perhaps airlines like SM Brussels, yeah, the way out they fly, now that they go, I think they go as Senegal, and Sierra Leone, the number of people that really fly kind of this country. The other thing you want to mention, AAA, when you compare Sierra Leone, the number of flights that really kind of saloon, the number of people that really fly come inside, compare them to most of the sub-region. The number of people that really fly can saloon with the planes, they slower. So the idea of comparing, in terms of the amount what they pay in terms of COVID-19 test, say, the cheapest apart from that of Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire. That again, you have to look at your own, no one size fits all. We are struggling. We need to attract people for Canada country. Yeah? So, not one size fits all. Yeah? We don't get too many people that really fly in a salon. We don't get too many airlines where they fly in a salon. So, that again, I think now a cause for concern. So I will stop here and give a chance to other panelists. Thank you very much, AAA.
Thank you very much, Usman Tony. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Make we call us friend, make we hear waiting us friend in get for we. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, hello, AAA. Thank you very much, and thanks to Usman Tony for giving your views. Me on take this year, governors say politicians and when they deal with another business partner. But in the first place, the air, not going to the air, this Cote d'Ivoire, the air. And air like this, the government get them, not owned by the government. So not to like absolutely private body. And then we know say the COVID issue don't come up. Then they get a lot of things where they go on. But what I've been trying to say in the first place now is that regarding this world when they talk about politics, now this is where the politicians then God will try to help them to understand. When this world when they see that politics, now this will they put on for now. Now politics talk, then they talk so. And the politics talk when they talk so that they not they tell we saying a lie, but then they try for Cote. And when you bet them, like today I go to one store, I see this apple there, then brown down, but they see an apple coated. They coat it with sugar. I don't know, but you don't go see, the only thing you go see is the shape of the apple. They just coat it, we bet on one layer of sugar, we go down and make this, the apple is sour, a bit some, they're sweet. But the idea is that is what sometimes they do. If you look what actually happened, for no say, Air Cote d'Ivoire, then we don't get problem with Salon. They don't get an issue where a passenger will been charged them money. In other words, he claimed that was in 2018, I feel so. I think I want possibly come on Lagos and come Freetown. It cost them nearly $11,000. That case, they try in the end of for loss that way. So what they do, they blame the government. They put that court, they appeal. And you know the proceedings of Sierra Leone today, where the system don't do this, the court procedure is slow. So in other words, they lose that case day. Just after they lose that case day, they pack them bundle and go. Nothing bring them come back at this January. us, because of the get for say, well, then get for in the Saloon government, they don't put the category 7 from category 7 to category 8 by the ICEW for the effort to improve the aviation security. We actually then we don't do because they don't bring some system with like biometric reading and other things. But the idea is there, first of all, that you go know say a resettlement already then we don't get done one put on one side. Then now we come to the other issue of the aviation industry globally, how it don't cause problem. Say we say na Salon, then we try to give money towards that tourism area. But they don't just go to aviation then. But like certain areas then, they lost customer then. And then now they belong their air buses then. They belong increase their capacity. They add air buses then. They belong to them big air buses who they run between UK, other places then. And they belong to UK, they don't establish until they get even a Bombardier, they don't buy them, but then the government. So you know, but the same industry, nobody do all this. So we're gonna government later. So you see there is a cost to they don't establish the aviation system. Then now you don't can fall on the cut down of passengers globally. So Salon will be one part of them. Then other countries will be one part of us. So now the revenue they try to boost them back when they try. They come back this January. As they go along, they cut short time when the aviation cuts back, then they come back inside September. But you try for look, say that's an economic fall for them first of all. So then they find way to get their money. They don't invest big money for airboys and other things, and then go get other flight people who they employ. Because when you get airboys, the more people they get for employ. So that's how they have one effect back. Then you come out to the area where it costs them money now in terms of when you see the flight, the cost being there in a Salon for pay for their flight and all that stuff. So that taxation, then blame one on the cost of the COVID. I feel say the other taxation where they talk about the tax of necessary for pay within the candy. Now for that they exempt a certain few things what the government offer them. But this them they pay for them. So this balance now you know be local the after this wrangling here, they wrangle so political, then back the wrangle yonder. But it can't be said they don't get them till they are in mind. So they don't come out outright for say that they think they are make them they don't come. But you go look say that the kind of relationship will be done day based on all their 15 they all them we don't get. Salon we don't cause them for lost money. Then now they try for come back for come make an aviation relationship because they may get business people they come out Salon they go Cote d'Ivoire. We see even the Minister of Aviation, then some ministers and then the internal affairs, and they talk about all that side, which was before this COVID, how they don't improve, how people when they travel, go there and come back, flight, and they now, so we will cut. So all those kind of relationships, they go on. Then you don't can't say now, this still don't come. Because then when they travel, how they do their own, not only online, you go, you do a declaration. You pay certain fee, but then get measures them, but they're not stringent like Salon. But their own declaration, and obviously they follow all this tier where you forget a test of this, all are in a declaration, and then the form and the certificate you present and where you can't go in another place. But all these kind of things don't affect the aviation industry. And they don't come meet up side where they get a taxation there. Then the area of the NACOVAC now affected directly now because of the procedure they don't introduce there. And government back from which land they say they want to put them out the biometric one and you access and other things. They don't like your passport no more, but they don't get company with the Pandora. So I hear and faith me today from somebody who related to that. And from that side, they try to talk say now, the political thing where I can't mention the other thing where the person talk today. He talk as a point to them, they even ask the question today. Then they try to ask that point there, but because the person will try to ask her more and more, and time they try to beat them because the media will stream and they beat them for them to stream what the president go launch them till then whatever Korea and then leave. So before 2 o'clock, according to the UK time, then they rush. But before then, they not be don't rush the 8 to the person say no, the question you do now, the man understand what they say. What he can, he said now a government, when a purposeful government, we don't know what they do. So they don't talk. The last time when they can ask her, he mentioned about NACOVAC. He mentioned about they don't tell them about this fear, people they complain this. But if it's just one talk, you go see the pause where he pauses somebody scratch out, he stop. Because when somebody can talk a flow of talk, They don't say the flow, they stop intervene, but that was different. But the point where I was saying now, say there is also a dispute with the price. They in the try for hunger now on the NACOVAX, they don't tell them. They in the try for show the improvement what in the do in your industry towards the airports. And then would I employ, we don't give the contract for can't do the airports, wouldn't do care and so on. So you will see say there is a problem, and now look what's in NACOVAX, they don't cut down them projects. Then they try for seeing now waiting because like yesterday, about 2 days ago, they can't go them selling their own budget. So but all these kind of things are just politically fight here and around the back. So themselves, where they know somebody will not start they see them money there, or they pay. So because people are in the airport, so that relationship not be between them. So if you see the letter, would they write how they voice out them Avengers in the letter. Then they respond about waiting then for don't cover inside this short time here, which is true. But when you look at the backlog of flight to not be the go, you will see then the industry not be they make money, not for saloon, but then your flights there, the people they wouldn't get the crew, they not been able to pay them because they not been the go, but who out they need. So if saloon can get a small on the rest back, the memory will come straight away. Yeah, we don't get this theatre, they will don't can loss here, they don't help us afterwards, no, just carry on. So you will see the bitterness of it in the letter, they look very diplomatic. Now that side of me for Siam, because there is a problem really with NACOVAX. I'm not saying that it is a problem, but I don't know how they get for whether it was from the presidential task force that they insist say people have to pay that money because you being a talker, you been a questioner for all the time, you been push them before. We will be just this push them indirectly, but you really tell them. But the answer what they give was cost recovery. You know that was a try for recover then cost there. But when you look primarily, this PCI would insist the material will bring. The material with tuberculosis they don't put for them. And then the German government come back, they add some, what a recent one. But then they try for it's a cost recovery, then they try to forget. So you see there is a management, the management of the NACOVAX fund and the money they would don't go for go help towards NACOVAX. There is something where people get for account for one day, where I don't know how then they do it. But there is something going on between that area there. But the idea is that the problem where I could avoid then they encounter. Now, simply because of the loss, who are feeling we don't lost, and they don't come ahead and they feel back, they don't feel that fresh welcome. When I short period, then we don't go. And then they see the loss, and the loss, the encouragement what the government they give them, then they reflect them in other areas then, because then would they still go to Liberia, then would they still go to Senegal. But what people like say flight, then they, I don't know how they get for Guam. Whether they go for good interchange, for what take on a flight, they go. Another one day, I know go no more now. That's why I say that politics, all they go on. All let me for don't do for negotiate this tier at a point where instead of a level one thing it go. But there is something where they born in within apart from this. All man just talking you. All man keep you, but they not address. But therefore don't know select people and like this be make them go. No, just address them. So don't call them, we put a round table. Because then get the guys Sahel, like this Sahel, the manager, sales manager, and so on. So all those kind of things, then get for come them, bring them up to the table and discuss them so that the poor people don't go suffer. Because then we get past the road back, we don't know what's in the roots of Guinea, about 12 hours and more. So people they take, I mean, not to 12 hours, I mean, more than a day or so. Yeah, so all those kind of things. But the idea is a negotiation in table. But I don't know if you don't late or is still a room for that. I'm your contribution for tonight. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Yes. Make we call to doctor. Make we hear waiting you get for we today. Yes, doctor, you get a platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody did do well. I want to say thank you to the previous two analysts, Usfred and Usman Toli, and also to the audience and when they listen around the globe. For me, I really don't get much per se here, but one thing I want for Air Cote d'Ivoire understand, this not a pandemic. We don't affect many aviation, or companies them when it comes to flights going, across, the globe, so that don't affect, different nations them as well as different flight companies them. You see where flight then they cancel, then they do refunds, to passengers them. Definitely they're not going to expect in my life, and they're not going to expect for recover, just within a short period of time. They therefore understand, say this not something where I'm sure even Sierra Leone itself, then have to lose some form of money or income, we come to the aviation sector in the country. So you really get a partnership with somebody and then something struck like, a pandemic like this, I think both sides have to understand that, what just happened, hopefully in a temporary problem, with time, things then will pick up back, and Cote d'Ivoire, Air Cote d'Ivoire really need to understand that part there. And also we own country, I think, what you need to see, the money we put and the pay where it can to the testing for COVID-19, to me is too much, especially when you talk about flight, then within the sub-region, like Cote d'Ivoire, we don't get a far distance, the way the cost itself for the flight from Cote d'Ivoire to Sierra Leone, that huge compared to the one that will come on Europe or the United States or Asia. If we say you task everybody the same amount for do the COVID testing, then, you really not to do justice, because you got to look at the distance where people then they come out and looking at the cost where then they pay. It should have been like a percentage where they really charge people them in terms of for this COVID-19 test. Yes, now a good thing the NACOVAC put in place for ensure say then they test people them for COVID-19 where they can at the country, because we really want to know, are these people that came with COVID-19 or are the one that we can contract COVID-19 at Sierra Leone? Because really we understand the last time, where we get some people and we left Kuwait, we go back to Sierra Leone, then the test would then do, I'm sure it was Kuwait, if I'm not mistaken. When they reach there and do a PCR testing, where really shows the people that have been positive. So the other people, then all they did that time was just not Sri Lanka. Now I remember it was Sri Lanka. It wasn't Kuwait, excuse me. So it was our country. We really did the right thing, and we all come now say, not the right thing the country do, because not to the antibody test, then be the check for, where we say Sri Lanka, then be the test for the antibody test. But when in Ghana, Shalom, then we do the PCR testing for ensure they really, now COVID-19 then get, or they just become exposed to COVID-19. So I just feel say the money more than the charge for people that when they come up from Cote d'Ivoire to Sierra Leone, for that, they need to do some form of communication for see how they can reduce that cost, especially for the distance. A flight from Lunge to Conakry, Guinea, or even Abidjan, Monrovia, now then 1 hour flight them. So and you want to compare that to flight the way they come off for from Europe, where they deal with 6 to 7 hours, or the United States, where they go for transit, not Europe. So really, I think like they me feel say the problem they, but at the same time, Air Cote d'Ivoire get to understand say they're not able to recover all the loss they don't get during this COVID-19 time. Yeah, people then get to understand that there's a social distancing in flight. There are so many precautions that they don't put in place, where they not be put in place before, like, people then go for wear masks, then go for do testing at their home country before they can salon. So it's a lot, and everybody have to try to understand that you cannot make money during this time. You just have to understand, if you really want to continue partnership with a nation, you get to understand, say, something is going wrong, and we all have to be patient and understand, say, the loss now on both sides. And obviously, I don't know what they lose here. I feel Sierra Leone also they lose, way down to COVID-19, with the flight restriction, and we close we borders them before them, and, we open them when we feel, say, it was necessary. So they're not going to compare the two. So I hope say we continue the relationship with them, that then can try for resume the flight, because we get so many brothers then when they go back and forth now Abidjan or Cote d'Ivoire for do business. So if you terminate that right now and say okay, we got a flight, then we will do the same service we want to do. I'm not fishing at it now, that's we want to do, as we always say. Try to give business to people that way you feel say now part of you. But if you begin to take that out of, from the West African nation and give it to other nations, them. So what do you really create here? You really need the help. Within that agreements with them, we don't begin from 2012. You want to throw all that away, and just because of one problem that you can sit down and get a communication and see how now we'll fix things. Maybe they need to do a negotiation so that everybody will benefit, in this whole problem where they go on. But the problem here is COVID-19. So we just need to understand that's what's happening. So now that's all me get for say, because, I come in late and I not get much for add we come to that. Thank you very much.
And before you go, that one where you talk about that PCI and the RDT, you be get it right? It was Kuwait. Now being Kuwait.
It was Kuwait?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Sri Lanka.
No, you get it right.
Okay. Very well done. Sorry.
It's okay.
Just too many things we talk about, Sierra Leone, and it's just like becoming a lot. We really want the best for our country, but we hope they will really try for continue this relationship, this partnership, so that we not lose like that Africanness. I just feel we care for support we self. Africans, then we get for try for support we self. Then you get these other countries then when it come in, themselves they lost, because when you look at the press release and you look at the numbers, then I believe even Turkish Airline they lost. Themselves they at a great loss, and actually maybe Daniel is probably more expensive compared to Cote d'Ivoire. But I guess every airline company just got to understand that the current situation really not the health matters. Hopefully that would, settle things as they discuss and try to put things in place so that not to one side, nobody lost, like everybody, they take part of the loss. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor.
All right.
Yeah. Air Cote d'Ivoire say, good to do. Then they go Salone again. They say they don't lost up to $260,000. Then they don't lost. Who don't want to do business, we go lost that kind of money, they go still want for do business. Then they left for go salon because they don't want to make that keep they kill them business. And we say we not go want to make salon name. Add Pawiti make Yako the van off fly again, go other side and safe. Not so. Yes, caller, you there live on air, your name and who you call from, please.
The name is Ezekiel, or they call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel, you get 3 minutes awaiting your contribution.
The thing where it relates to these Cote d'Ivoire, not a thing where it will be surprising. Maybe they expect that because the airlines with this COVID-19, they are greatly impacted. The thing they really pressure them. Even at this country, was it last month or early this month where they lay off thousands of airline workers there? It's because even though the government, they bail them out, then they still get issues. And now they are complaining for bailout again, So if we get countries that wait and they send flight line as Sierra Leone and the government not too strong, or even private companies, we government, they're not get any bailouts, it will be very difficult. So I think we all expect that the COVID-19 impact a lot of airline companies, and Africa, we can't now, even most of the organizations, up to this time, I not see any country in Africa where will really take leadership, like how Nigeria, then big so, and if they control the economy, most of the organizations, like what they say, African Union, will need a strong African country way for take leadership so that when they speak, all the other African countries then go listen. Why you face the UN and other organizations, World Bank, up to this time, where America speak, all man they listen, because now then they financially support, sponsor. Then they take the big brunt of everything. So if you want to speak big, you need to contribute big. Now we not get our mates. Now make we union, they're not strong. All we unions, they're not strong. Any Jack and Jake want to change the laws and anything way they want to do in their country, because the way they're strong, then they make any responsibility. So the whole airline, if the country not get enough money to back them up, now that will happen. They need to cut down things then. For let them save money, just like how it happened here and the government. Even though our private companies, look how much would they bail them out? We bail them out billions of dollars, and now they don't run out of that. Instead, they lay off a lot of people. Now then they beg again for let government bail them out. We will not get our bailout system then in Africa. So as a result now, the poor people are no more punished. So we fully expect that Sierra Leone will not get airlines, will not get money for subsidized people and to other airline countries. So we will expect that. And not will be surprised if them things continue to get bad if they not will shut things them down, because we'll not get money, we government not get money for bail their people them out, so that the airline will continue for Ghana, Sierra Leone. That's my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, call ID live on here. You name and which side you call from?
This is Nablam. I call from Cote d'Ivoire. I just want for highlight a few things. Them, AAA. You know how long we advocate for. With the government for reduced taxes in flying. One of the things why Cote d'Ivoire pull out, because me I get close relationship with Air Cote d'Ivoire. They use them, get high flying miles with them. But coming to Sierra Leone, let me tell you one thing. When I investigate, presently after this COVID, this test way we do in a salon, wouldn't they pay almost $130, $150? I'm telling you, all the other CDAO countries, them, they collect like Cote d'Ivoire, they collect some money there. I travel from one CDAO country. I'm in Cote d'Ivoire presently. I only present the test. I do 72 hours to the airport. At the airport, what you then do? Then just check them, take me number, and see the date. Okay, this is something like yes, it's today. You fly around this time, or you fly yesterday. You do you fly this time. They take all your information, forget on you every minute and
that's
hour. They check on you how you feel. That you come. Let me say you come out from Senegal, or you come out from Mali, or you come out from Niger. You come out. These are the countries I'm talking about. You fly towards Abidjan, or even Guinea.
I want only for to make you get an understanding there, because according to waiting, the civil aviation tell we say, Cote d'Ivoire they charge. We want come out to $90. If you want come on Nado, so they be. They say when they go inside, then they charge you $4.
Now free.
They know they charge.
You know what? Not say that. Now free. When I left where are they? I pay $85 Mali for enter where I come na Cote d'Ivoire. All they need for me na me certificate, and I present them to them. No charges, no extra tests, because my certificates valid that very day, because I collect on the very morning and travel the afternoon.
And normally you pay $85.
$85 in an American institution.
I want to make you understanding first, yeah. Where you be want go inside Mali, you pay. Now be doing COVID or COVID meet you inside there.
Okay, COVID, me are they in between every 2-3 days, are they in between, let me say 2-3 months, are they in between the countries, them West Africa, at the room, according to my job.
Okay.
But, when
you go inside Mali?
Now, if I enter Mali, all Mali need from me, I need to produce me test from Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
Once I produce me test from Cote d'Ivoire, and it's up to the date of 72 hours.
Okay.
After me, I not get for pay. Any other money.
Okay. Make all you did on. So where you want come out inside Cote d'Ivoire, you pay the $90 for that test day, right?
Yes, I get for pay another $85.
Oh, now $85
because I'm doing
$90.
Yeah. Not 9, because I don't stay within the community for like the time where I feel sad this day.
Okay.
So if I go out and if for test, myself for make sure say I clear and I'm good to go.
Okay.
So I can board and go, return back to Mali where I not get any problem.
Okay.
For pay anything. Now, only if you not do them, you enter, let me say, mostly Ivory Coast, in most of the African, if you not do them, they don't allow you for board. which is facts.
Okay.
Like some European of my colleagues, they can come on Europe, come do the test, but when they reach Bamako, because you not do the test, then they seize your passport and force you for do the test compulsory and wait for 72 hours. Yes,
okay.
That one they only allow you for leave the airport.
Okay.
Maybe if you are diplomat and they take your passport and then contact your office. Say we hold on to this man in documents and not able to travel. If Bamako the day we want for nowhere the day and everything, but you want to know you.
Okay.
So, but when it comes to Salone, what thing we notice, most of colleagues they refuse to come Salone. When I ask them one of they can Salone, say, "Paddy, me say a fool. Let go pay $130. Why don't pay now? Yeah, why go back and I go pay? And I say, what are they pay for first? And the cost of flights for Salone, because of we don't know there's any taxes. Before we will pay something like $650. Now it's about $900.
Now be pay for commode.
Yeah, now it's $900.
$900 for commode.
Yes, sometimes it's 1.2. So sometimes I say, why not go Europe instead? Why go and pay short of money for Salone? So people in the Waka to Guinea, which is a very cheaper one, and pass through the road. Then go pay flights, go Guinea, and Waka through inside,
so
which is 4 hours drive.
From Abidjan to Guinea, now how much are the flight?
Abidjan to Guinea is something like $300 and something.
$300 and something, and now,
yeah.
So Abidjan to Salone are $900.
Of course, yes. Depending on the peak where you choose.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is not the problem where they affect Air Cote d'Ivoire for Cam Salone presently, because then they lost. People don't use for Cam Direct Salone again. Then prefer go drop, pay about $350 or let me say $400, drop na Guinea, and then take the road for enter, which total of $500 or $550, which is $350 difference. So you see the difference why the airline then decide to say we're not going to fit on this kind of thing direct. Remember, Air Cote d'Ivoire they run Liberia, Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Or Sierra Leone, Liberia. Now, so now then two side there and decide for get passengers them for able for manage them differences. But if Salone they go get 10 passenger inside month or 16 passenger inside 1 month. My man, now we look practically and a big loss for any airline. Where you get for buy fuel, any ground you ground. Let me say, they fuel Salone safe. They don't fuel maybe in Liberia, and they fuel in Salone. But it's a big loss for them. For pay the taxes them. That taxes won't be the fed for. Remember the last time we raised that issue, they don't remove nothing. As the first caller talk today, we say, you know, affect Air Cote d'Ivoire because Air Cote d'Ivoire only get 3 slots, not 4. So you see you see the logic inside. So Air Cote d'Ivoire still go through the same losses. They don't get free. Anything now where the government would say, oh, this one with the left hand like so for you 25%, it not affect Air Cote d'Ivoire. Air Cote d'Ivoire only 3 slots then get because they don't get much passengers. With the balance, we know they use them. With the pass Guinea inside. We use road, and so they pass. So let the other Sierra Leone and they understand, and so with the worker, we know they go pay test for enter. They will test again, will enter back. Well, it was kind of test. They won't go back test again. This is small. It's too much for we. Trust AAA. It's too much. It's too much. They need to understand. Will they make a lot of sacrifice for the nation? All right.
All right. Thank you very much, Cora. Thank you, sir.
All right, AAA. Yeah. All right then.
I left the caller because na possible the flying between make we all learn different prices then. I make you see the 3-minute rule no grip but make we get the understanding there. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who you call from, please.
I'm Koma, call from the United States.
Yes, Koma, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Mark, you for show the debate.
Yes, that is sure. I make good try for a little common.
Okay. We say we help you for a lot of AAA. The thing is, I totally disagree with Ivory Coast. I mean, that losses wouldn't show inside how many months or days. It's too much. It's too much. This first thing they talk about, initially I remember when that topic came up on the show, people may criticize them. Say, I mean, tests, also they come up, they reach again, you do tests. Where some of you still say, it's necessary. Then when they even test you at the test site, right there, maybe you get infected without you knowing. But now, where do they disagree? See how many cases they don't discover and the way they reach that country. And we all know, I mean, majority of them, I mean, we know still about diasporans. We all know how attractive, I mean, diasporans are in our country. So, let me push this back to the politicians. Salon, the kind country is, politics, some make, we just go bien. Let's say no more. We are able as Airlines. All them things maybe don't vanish. Some of we, we are my school. In fact, I don't plane and maybe the issue with time. Then the very first flight, na break hour. The second one, na launch hour. All them things maybe they don't disappear. During the last regime, we see some plane and say flight alone. All of a sudden, I mean, news can say, that's not to be better flight, I mean, time bomb. But God make, I mean, not back, will not be any casualty. Then, African flights, then, just like with this guy talking, will pay more money than the longer distances what they do. Me and me two cousins, they don't travel from Liberia to, from Sierra Leone to Liberia. Each ticket might be $625. That means, it's like aggregation. The reason they make me and the other cousin, they make buy that ticket, we get one we order board na salon, na in talk, a Joanne flight experience. So buy that ticket here, and people, you will be surprised. I mean, walk across reach Lunge, then they are about for takeoff. Then they say, your passengers, they don't come. Now you check and say if the flight still there. So they go for log in, I mean, and put you in, we cross, we almost go meet, I mean, and they try for like, close the flight. So now we enter. That maybe don't switch it. We'll go Morovia, that the same thing. We didn't say, I mean, but our internet actually, we try for browse to tell them that, I mean, the flight might be 4 o'clock. Meaning we for only at the airport before 1 o'clock or 1 o'clock. We reached at the place, I was still remember that time, the 14 after 2. That was like in December. When we reached at the place, time the security say, the manager say, will not enter. We just say, a joke. We just laugh at the guy. But they say, fine, look, the manager, they come. We try to talk to the manager, say, no one talk to me. But what you will be get for notice, we believe, they're over. Then they get more for that 2 hours. You don't imagine. Then cancel it. We end up to pay additional $120 per person. So I just talk and say, like the airline in South Africa, the passengers and they pay so much. And I'm not going to be really surprised, between Ivory Coast and Salon. I don't think, Salon, Sierra Leoneans and that too friendly to the Ivorians. And I don't really imagine the much flow of passengers from Salon to Abidjan, maybe because of the language barrier. And this COVID again, that's another additional factor. So to me, I mean, if they withdraw, what do you mean? Before our advice and do, maybe before all limits, then landing na Salon. Or maybe, since they resume, they don't do the commercial fine, that make them able to get better passenger. But me, that losses, losses. I mean, they don't put me no direction to me. And me, I'm not going to really blame the management along that much. And the other thing again, look, this Guinea way, maybe then they pay cheaper for tests. Don't compare the cases the number of the COVID. We really do much better than them. But I'm here for say, I hope we will buy now the debate. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Koma. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and the call from, please.
Yeah, me and Cisco, I call from Australia.
Yes, Cisco, I get you.
Good morning from inside.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I want for being the factors and come because it's not the thing because we the one airlines you look at short distance and long distance. Short distance, I believe, say you get for pay more. For example, right here, Cote d'Ivoire, the distance only they want. And I believe so, and then here, taxi, and then can call and then get. They not get like then Airbus, like we could call Emirates, we get a double decker plane. Like, we did load them 500, 600, 800 people. Then small flights and the one and short distance and you get to consider the only one inexpensive. We see maybe the field say the Leone International Airport, the management of the aviation management, and them if you don't sit down with the people, them strike a deal with them. If they love Sierra Leone, if they love the people, because there is no way you go to go make loss by business. You take and say, no, Alex Sierra Leone, they no more Sierra Leone. I don't lost over $200, almost $1,000, like I say. I still keep the business running. There is no way you go keep the business running that way. Any airline business, now business will quickly make loss. And so, now that kind of way then they. And now remember again, but the factors then for Sierra Leoneans, the number of Sierra Leoneans, they will travel. You never go compare to like a Guinea. Like I got almost 1,000 businessmen who they load na them plane and they go for good business. About Sierra Leone and who they travel. So all them things they look, we cost for travel and then country and we don't sit down and we don't talk. How much can they pay for one person for travel? So all them things they look. Now all they make they discourage people for travel through here. Now Sierra Leone from Sierra Leone. You see, so the people then they look at how much passenger will they get from Sierra Leone. So now we know that you don't talk now blindly. Now just the talk. Like I was man told you don't bring the analysis come up. It's a very good one. Like, we don't hear it, already don't say, and there's no way. Then we put 3 steps now then shoot. They're not let Sierra Leone that way. The way now we will go, she don't say, and they lost from business, and she don't know man as Sierra Leone, then they lost it, and she don't. Now, we are aviation, before don't come out and bring them to the people and say, okay, you know, it's not a thing. Okay, we reduce this, we reduce the cost, this. Now we can down, now we get more airlines, it'll be better. Now, that's my submission. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Square. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah, good Reverend Patrick. It is the airline business, not so cheap business. We all know say you go up the kind of Cote d'Ivoire, they take loss. And the other thing about the country, we are forced not to attract passengers or even other airlines for the fly goods because of when we know things in America, airlines, even right now, Southwest Airlines, one day I want to go to Las Vegas, I look round trip, I get them for $150. You know, because of the COVID, they make cost scandal and they get people the way they fly. Inside West Africa, we not get strong airlines compared to East Africa or South Africa. We get in the East, you get Ethiopia Airways, Kenya Airways, you get South Africa Airways, where they're very strong and well established. Inside West Africa, look, the top airlines that will make inside West Africa, Ghana Airways, boom, you know they're everybody again. Air Africa, you know they're everybody that is again. So there is Senegal Airways, all them strong airlines that they, you know they're everybody. So the airlines that they lose money because people they're not there. The government left for the airport authority, they left for talk to these people there and see the best way. Because if they cut that route there, it's going to affect people. You know what it means for flights? Say you want to go Abidjan, you left for go Accra, how many layover? And then plane and they will take off us from Freetown to Accra. You get another 6 hours or 7 hours layover, where you go do na Accra before you go Abidjan. You don't waste one whole day. If na business you don't go for, na project you don't go for. You know, but when you get direct flight, you know the way you left Freetown 7 in the morning, by then 8 you don't reach, you know. So then and they, you know they are by yourself. Because from Accra to Freetown first now 1 hour 15 minutes flight. Then from Freetown to Ivory Coast, I think around 1 hour. I don't think they fly the day, I don't think. That is because that don't save you time. Now the time they look about. Because I went to that guy talk about the airline. This in 2016. Imagine, I fly go Accra, but go see me in London and telling me. Then once I go reach Freetown with Kenya Airways, I buy tickets there almost $1,000. $1,000 just for go. That's like 2016. So I don't know how much now. So the airlines that they lose money. Jet fuel, they're not cheaper. Imagine some of them aircraft today. Then all aircraft, they burn more fuel than even the recent one they were they fixed. Like Airbus, the 320, the 319, they burn more fuel. There's all these MJ 175, 170 aircraft, they all they burn more fuel. So the government has to work out with these people and see how they're going to come with better solutions so they're not going to stop. For tonight.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, I live on here. Your name and the call from, please.
Yeah, hello, yeah. My name is Lawrence Fox. I call London. East Saloon.
3 minutes, sir.
Yes, allow me something. I mean, the reality, Saloma, we just did English and the English we talk to. The reality of the situation with the ground now, number one, China is not peaceful for people there for the Ghana Salon force. The issues and look at. We get political tension the way they all over the place. The parliamentarian give out the say the country will face agony. You know what that means? That's a parliamentarian, they say that too. Coming at the southeast of Sierra Leone. When again, it's come our arrest, we get confusion. The country they in a pandemonium. The opposition they work with the government. We have to look at that side. Then number two, we have to look at the airport. That means they want to build a new airport. That airport is not conducive. Me not go risk my life. I don't tell you, me not go risk my life. So I go tourist visit and salon when I water them they use for that course. When I don't get the international standard, the ship them, the boats, they no reach international standard for that travel. I know they go risk there. It's an health hazard. Then plus the political tension. Then look at the COVID. Then they do all kinds of tests that they charge more money than different countries there. They can't tell you say for test, you get for go quarantine. Now England they don't tell me say no go salon because if you go there, they will go for good to put quarantine. No complain to me. That's what I mean. So it left to you now. They don't give all the options them. Then if you look at all the websites, they say salon not safe. Now I'm going to take solo left for the top of the international airline. The man they run the airline and they look at country we conducive with passenger they go for make money. Everybody businessman. Then it's a shame. That's what I want to take. It's a shame to salon government take them to get an airline. It's disgraceful, man. It's disgraceful. It's not more than time. This. But they did Madabio, you do not say Madabio. They didn't know if solve the problem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lawrence.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, 11. Yeah, your name and the call from, please.
Yeah, this is the call from US.
Yes, you get it 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, one thing I observe is some of these salon people we like to shift blame. You know, the people that don't put out them report or whatever they call it, see outline within and they go through, you know, and they don't have a 12-year relationship with salon. The best thing salon government who's responsible to do now for engage these people so they can come to a common ground. But I hear some people they say how the people that not like Sierra all kinds of stuff, you know. These people will left that kind of attitude and the people are business and they run. You know, and they need to engage them. Then they come to a consensus whereby both parties will be satisfied. I hear somebody talk says a lot of their money for do stuff. But in not the reason why make salon of their money. You know? They will let that guy tell them what will they do, you know? Just this try for the shit blame. Salon of their money, who said it's all the money we salon and get over the years. So I go. You know, that's my contribution, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, caller, live on air. Your name and the call from, please.
Hey, Triple A, thank you very much. Mina Umar, I'm called from Los Angeles.
Yes, Umar, get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, you know, this is funny. Hey, Sierra Leoneans, we need to stop this pulling down syndrome of our own country. Why anytime we Sierra Leone engage with anybody, even if not cockroach, when it comes to Sierra Leoneans, the cockroach is right. We need to see that America, if we meet up anything, the first way they tell you, say, why are you here? Go home. But we see how they treat we. So, meaning they talk in terms of the airline, because me them say Kumaro in Minnesota, they don't bring this all the time. They don't do all the calculation. True, We landing fees, they're expensive. Even we port, we don't bring that all the time. Right now, I don't ship tin and a Freetown. The guy will ship for me. Now, one of the big complaint that when they talk about, say, it look like they get for left because we were there outside the wall end, all the way in California. Down the East Coast, they're even a little better. Small barrel now, would they pay for them close to $300, because for me alone, the guy they pay almost $5,800. Then we reach now Freetown, go for pay close to $6,000 just for clear container. Now business, do I go to pull the money? I understand that. The thing with me, the only way with me they come to salute the defense here is now regarding the COVID. AAA, before you even read that thing, I get beaucoup Nigerian friends them. Now one thing they tell me we've done this year is when we've been they tell them how much we they pay for the COVID test now and a salon. Now the lady they tell me we've seen a family friend. They say una better. Say we na 300. I think this is na 300 1 week. Good thing we don't clarify. Say 150 before you go Nigeria, then 150 we come on Nigeria. So 300 total. So and I don't listen to the listener where you call. We get beaucoup country then within the region. We're even way higher than Salon. And people are still complacent in the test. Sierra Leoneans, what we need to get? Anybody they follow American football. Just last week, University of Alabama, then coach Nick Savins, then test them positive. One day later, they test them back negative. He find out, say the first one or the first, would they see him, they go vice versa. So what's wrong for less Sierra Leoneans? Let them test you Lunge and test you back where you left. What's wrong with that? Now, we argue over that, so man, they come, they damage the country. Miko Germany, we get the best testing. Miko England, we get the best testing. Well, we find out, so when you reach down and test you, you be positive. So why we not go tie we head and begin support the country on this COVID-19? Everybody they test. American are one of the 9 of the politician big thing right now. We don't want to make him listen to the debate today. Where Biden they attacked Donald Trump said they need to do enough testing. They need to do more and more testing. So waiting at this big deal about test. So if Salon the test, now for we safety. Now we record they're not so high. Now within the region. Even the other countries are within West Africa because they do the testing. Because we own country also don't know what we call mighty America because the president will get taken as a joke when the thing came was what he said. He said it will just wash away. It will go away. Today we lead the entire world in death and new cases. Just day before yesterday, United States record 60,000. So waiting at this cry down syndrome about this country about the test in terms of the landing fees and all that thing I know they argue about that because people and where they travel within Africa and overseas, they don't talk them all the time. Umar, they don't give you the breakdown. Say Sierra Leone get one of the highest landing fees to that the past 2 weeks, which I understand that I know they argue. But in terms of the corona business, the testing, you don't read the list. Not to Salon one would know what they charge. Few countries and they with their own price lower than Salon, but so then the majority of them they high past Salon inside West Africa. Because listen to them, you just read them to me. And the Nigerian, not to what you tell me. I got a lot of Nigerian friends and maybe this is now one way. Now where you don't make it clear, say 150 way to go, 150 way to come out in Nigeria. So waiting at this cry down syndrome. Why for 1 minute we not go look something with this country to do? We say, would they be you? Would they be enforced? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and sorry the call from, please.
From Mohammed Boijalo Jamboria from Norway.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir. What's my contribution?
My own contribution is a solution. You know, they can't talk all the talk with talk cast blames. We have to stop that. Blames don't bring solutions. Next is, we don't have a national carrier. We depend on other people to take us from point A to point B. These people run a business. If they say this is the reason why we are going to stop, call them and negotiate with them. If you have to meet them halfway, do so. But stop giving excuses, for God's sake. They have stopped and they give a lot of excuses, blames. God does not blame anybody. Lord, let this attitude, Lord, change. The world is a place for negotiation. If somebody says this is not my condition, meet them halfway, we'll not negotiate. But don't come and talk as if now you are the most perfect God Almighty. So what in the man they talking a crap? If you're not kind, not come, then you suffer. This is all I have to say, sir.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, they're live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yes, good evening. This is Nancy, the call from US.
Yes, Nancy, get 3 minutes, ma.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, this flight business, I just feel say both sides they suffer, but we they suffer more because we they get too much, we taxes is too high, and if they find out say we they buy ticket, the ticket is so expensive that they give reason for let people then they bypass. Not to say people they know they travel. We get tons of people that way they travel, where they do business, where they go out, buy, load, and come in. But they decide for pass through Guinea because Guinea is cheaper for land day, and you enter inside Salon, it's way cheaper. So it's just like you build your house, let's say for instance, na Heimat, and then when you don't build your house, instead of you rent, you set the bar so high, so expensive, nobody know able for enter. They now the house go tin up for years, nobody know the day. That years the way nobody know enter day, you don't lose a lot of money. Versus if you been take at least small money where somebody will go inside a small thing with the kind side for you. So similarly, now they happen to me. Then put the prices so high, the tickets, people then pass and they travel seasonal. So man go on for travel maybe 2 or 3 times a year, but because of the expenses, it's too expensive. So then decide for say, okay, no one, let me just travel once, per year. And the one the way they bypass, where they do business, because the tickets na Guinea, let's say they say $600, $500, $300 or $350 difference is high. It's a lot. It save you a lot of money. So then I think all the people in the way they bypass. Let's say that Guinea says 600, we say 600, right? For land na Salon. All the one the way they bypass, where they pass through Guinea, they don't go past the Guinea. Then go use the flights now and count on direct na Salon. So imagine all them people that they flop the flights every now and then they come in and out. We they get more money and the flights and back then go able for makeup. So we need for do something so that everybody will be a win-win. The flights then go flop, then go get more passengers, whilst we save they get more money. A better way you sell your business, you get small profits, but then they sell quick. You go buy back, then you put your prices them, they're so expensive, the thing where they sell, when somebody can for a few people then can buy to you. So that one way they sell in business web, sometimes they sell you on 500, you they sell you 1,000. In they sell quick, they go buy, maybe you go 3-4 times. You don't make double of what they make without realizing, because you just spend 1,000 and then they sell in business. So it go better, let we go down a little bit. Let we try for merge with them one day, Guinea and Liberia, maybe whatever, look at the distance and make if we on site a little bit fast small, then just put small thing pants up, then let people then go, they come in plenty inside Salon. If people then they use we own place, we own flights and count on a Salon, we will make more money. The more people, the more money, we will cover up all that we say. But would I go on honest, let's be honest here. Would I go on in flights, maybe just get 10 people the way they come off from Salon, and then they get hundreds of people from Guinea. Of course, they go na Guinea. It's just business. Anybody who can inside Salon na business, then they do. Chinese na business. Anybody who see all the one the way they can na business. They don't care about us. It's just that they want their money, and if they know they get time, then go. And unfortunately, we know that we all flights for we safe. We not like picking the way they create passports you all we are follow we what is safe. We're not able for do anything for we safe. And that's the price you have to pay. If you want to let people then come in, then that's the price you have to pay. Reduce the taxes, let more flights then go come in, and let people then go to travel frequently. The one that we want for travel twice per year, then we get charged for travel twice per year because you go don't reduce the cost. Otherwise, we go to come over and over. Now this we would do all the time, and people then not go there. And make the place conducive for let people then go able for can do business, open factory, if you get light and all that they make people then travel frequently. But if your business not the flow, then people they not go travel. The way they do them lily and nothing where they travel, then small business, they not go one for go pass and go pay boku money and then you can't able make profit. It don't work like that. So me and I no markets, do you let them work them together, let everybody be a win-win. When I reduce the flights for some of you, maybe we'll go twice per year. If not, then once, maybe one time per 3 years. Then we'll lose at the end of the day. So me and I no market for today.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and who I call from, please.
This is Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to know, Salone, what's wrong with we government there? Why the tax is so high? Why the tax is so high? I hope that they listen. Why the tax is so high? Why the country not even improve? What did they do with the tax money then? Why is so high? Why? Why Salone tax so high? What did they do with the tax money? Why Guinea things tax them lower, but then they improve more than we? Why? What will they do with the money? What will they do with the money? I don't even want to know. You know? And they say that for grab with the lazy self and go negotiate because this they affect Salone people there. You know they affect them one of the big one there. This they affect Salone people there. You know? Now they say for grab for go negotiate. Any for lower the tax they are. The tax they are too high. Even with the airports and the water key, they're too high, man. Why them for high so? When the country not improve self, what do they do with the money? Yeah, now they don't understand. What's in the tax money? Who said the tax money don't go? What do they do with the money? If you not change as Salone people there, then people are not going to improve their country. You know, that's your contribution. I don't know.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you live on air. Your name and who the call from?
The call from United Kingdom. Land.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, the contribution is very short. It's like the government therefore gets a proper vision. They're not for the use we put them as a place for raise revenue for do anything what they want to do in the country because in fact it cause more damage than it improve. It's like the less people they go to National, the less investment they will get. So it's like they use the airport for raise revenue because every government thinks they put them in the cash cow for get money. Tax people they come in, tax businesses them, they improve nothing. It's like we not still land. British Airways used for fly from United Kingdom to Sierra Leone because they need to get better passenger and island in fear, all these things make them cut their flights off. COVID day on, most flights the way they stop for go, maybe none of them for resume flying back because of islanding fee. And it's business people they look for profit, they look for what they way profitable. And Sierra Leone with high taxes, with population small, they encourage tourists them for go because of high ticket price. Flights will just stop going there because they have to look for profitable route then. So the government therefore decide for remove from some of the taxes, especially landing fees for flight them or else time go can only 2 or 3 flights they go Salone. So the government for think carefully, not about other challenges. They go, let they go. They go waiting for a place. We not salary, we not get no national care and career. So we therefore think carefully about how to deal with the flight there because from Europe only 2 flights they come here. And let me just say 3, Turkey, Belgium, and Brussels, and France. Maybe one day France, if they don't get better passenger, pull out. We work with all the here in Belgium. How many people they use just for fly from Sierra Leone to deal with here Mauritania? a 45-minute flight will cost like 100 or 200, less than $100. Will cost you $500 or more. How many people are going to travel? So the therefore begin to think how do they deal with air issue, especially with taxing people. Then that's our main contribution.
Thank you very much, Lance.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and side call from, please.
Hello, hi. My name is Mohammed. I call you from Canada.
Yes, Mohammed, you get 3 minutes waiting a contribution.
Yeah. I listen all the respondents then to you, but one thing I want low brothers they understand. People then they call you from Australia, people then they call you from England, people then they call you from the United States. You know, for run a country, you know, easy, and before they run a country, we need some revenues for generate the running of the country. That one, all people they already understand say we need a revenue for the country. That's one. I don't say, way they talk to you, so I don't say yes. I don't ship Sierra Leone for the past year. It's more than 20 containers. We pay so expensive. But the only thing where we are appealing to the government, we know say the landing of the jets, then they pay for landing. And I know say the government or the country need revenue. But all the same, we all they come together for law appeal to whoever concerned, either the government or the controller, for making reduce the landing fee of any flight. You know, we know say any flight where they enter now any country, then they pay revenue. Right now, for instance, in Canada, right now, one goes Sierra Leone. If the same flight where they enter Sierra Leone, in the Canada, Guinea, it's cheaper for me for book the flight for go Guinea, which is more than 500. Right now, if I want book for Guinea, it's 1,200. If for Freetown, I buy $2,000 the flight. Because of the landing fees, I go Sierra Leone, even though the flight they reach Sierra Leone, but I put on Sierra Leone, if I go Guinea, I pay lesser. Because of the landing fee of the flights where they can at Sierra Leone. We know all the respondents there, all man is say this. We don't say the government or the country need revenue, but we still they appeal. If the country can subsidize or any flight where they go to Sierra Leone, they say, okay, when I pay this discount, we all go gladly, we all go be the same page. Likewise, even the ship there where they go Sierra Leone, people in the ship is very expensive. Now, Monday, they win another ship again for the country. And now so more the country, they stronger, because if little things in the Canada, Sierra Leone, even if my way they now water key, it go enjoy small, maybe my way they drag, you go big, you say, well, now give me then the game. So we still be at the appeal to whosoever concerned, we they read this message, we are for law make we control the taxes they in a way that people then go able to afford them. And we they beg to the people that when they get the plane for make them negotiate with them. If anyhow we then go able to do so that they go able to run at the country, because we don't get flights for we safe. If they stop for run and at the people in the strain, look other people in the go Guinea for go take flight. Down they all we they lose some revenue. Likewise, what in Nancy been the talk, you know, now right. Law make and small law get them boku. But if we make them boku, we know they get them. Now once a while we they get them. So now that what they no more me I get for you with the listen. We say we see with the listen. More than 10 Sierra Leoneans they right now inside Canada will be the listen now. We all just the listen. What they go on? But me now this contribution I get for you. Whoever concerned, Lord put hands together. Lord we country go before. And the word that's no more we get for you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much, Mommy. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Air Cote d'Ivoire say then they lost. So then now they go Salon again. Then tell me why they say then they lost. You make I just I know see what I cannot say are they lock the line, then I say make I squeeze this person and then we can begin get issue with the person where they come. I hope not. Make I just squeeze this person quick. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and no side call from, please.
Hello.
Yes, you're live on air. Your name and who you call from?
No, Alpha Timbo, I call from Paris.
You get 3 minutes. What's my contribution?
Yes, sir. This mission is very nice, but I want to ask a question first. Like this, on a mission here, then they do another local radio station then at Sierra Leone, or no? Okay, because this kind of mission here, I find Leone and make let them go to do. Let them go to do at Sierra Leone also is very nice. People then go able understand, because like we were in the Western world, so we discuss about anything there. I feel safe. They know they do at the FM station then Sierra Leone. Like 60 or 70% they know what thing they go on. What thing make they get flight then Sierra Leone. What thing make go Sierra Leone too expensive and so forth. Because me I left for Canton Lungi Airport 2016. Always want to go Sierra Leone. When I create the Canton, which are called the flights who they take my Paris now, the French airline, when they call it Air France. Now freight of course is the Canton before it reach na Conakry. But when you say one buy the ticket, minimum ticket for go Sierra Leone from Paris now 900 euro. That means you don't get cheap ticket. But when you want to go Guinea, even if not the holiday time, where they see the ticket on there, you know, pass 800 or 700. When you take the flight, where they go Conakry, it is transit na Lungi Airport. It is transit day, it take people them, then before reach na Conakry. So you don't see. Then now, if before say the tax high that in our country, we get for make life with people waiting in the country, not all in the diaspora now. The people waiting in the country, let them go to get information there. So maybe when they go to debate on the radio station, the politicians they go to listen, because like if they know the debate and they don't politicians they know the listen. This now we 2 weeks have no more at the diaspora. And not fit the big impact. So my idea at the time for my proposition at the time for propose Mr. A, Triple A, when I get the way and means for make them go this on a program when they connect with the radio station in Australia. So like when I make a show, then they make them directly because people like listen to the radio station and then they go to contribute. So politicians then they go able to know what's no problem, why make ticket there for go na salon. Look, even container, and somebody talk about container. Where the ship container from France now to go Guinea, now 2,800 euro. We go ask for Sierra Leone, then they tell you say 4,050 euro. Look, the difference great. The way they go pull the container na Conakry, you pay up to 2,800 euro, something like that, 3,000 euro. So you see, then again, I don't want to talk about the test. So when I say Guinea, then they paid for test. For this test, COVID. I recently come out Guinea last month, the 13th. I not pay nothing. Nobody asked me for pay anything.
You not pay for going inside or you not pay for Comonado?
I not pay. Why go
inside you not pay?
I not pay. Why they come back I not pay? So Guinea, then anybody talks to them, they pay. Sometimes not today, maybe. But I just come out Guinea the 13th last month, September.
Okay.
So I not pay why they enter for test. I not pay why they come out. And I Paris me day. And always at the Guinea. Now why they go salon at Guinea they pass. Because we start Guinea, then taxi then they pay 150,000 francs and about 15 euro. You less than 3 hours. You inside Freetown. So you see, why somebody said in the Guinea then they pay 70 something dollar or euro. That means I not pay. I always had to go Guinea. I know nobody where they come on where they go. He said then they pay. So
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Cote d'Ivoire say Then they lost beaucoup money. So then they stop for run go salon and for commodity. Then they stop them flights them. Well and good. Nobody know how for do business for loss. Even with government, safe. If not then be get a flight today, then safe not go and do business for loss. But also me feel say I get an issue with now the back and forth. When Cote d'Ivoire been ready for go salon, because of waiting the civil aviation tell we say, because of the understanding and this and that and the treaty and whatever, now that one they make Cote d'Ivoire begin go salon. It was under good partnership, good agreement. Now I make Cote d'Ivoire begin go salon. We're not able to know more from Air Cote d'Ivoire or from the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation if before Air Cote d'Ivoire pull a press release, if they don't get any way for engage the authority for say, hey, you know waiting, we don't determine how the law, so we look at the laws, waiting, we're not able to do anything for we or what not or not. And even when the release come out from the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation, then if not tell we nothing if them don't get any pre or prior engagement to them press release. They just tell we say, the Civil Aviation just tell we say, then if now social media, then if see, just like how me and you see. And so because they see on social media and take up on themselves for clarify their name. They are then clarify them. Some man not happy, some man feel say yes, we need for sure and say, even though we not get plane, but we not go make clear person can't say what you know for say. On the issue of high taxes, anybody who don't follow this platform, go no say, anything we get for do it win at the diaspora, now yeah, we the champion them. Not to one time, not to two time, even the Director General of Civil Aviation. We don't count on a couple of times. We don't count on a couple of times now. Wait, the first they walk out on, he said they don't reduce 32%. So I began to ask and say, this reduction, who that they clarify, who that they follow up, say, this reduction don't take place. Now I say, well, remember, when they buy ticket, but the ticket's not going to go down. Ticket is still expensive. Now I say, well, let's wait. Let's wait some time. Then the airline and they try for do them books and they maneuver and whatever. Something come the following year, we go see reduction. The following year come. You see any reduction? No. COVID-19 don't come. You see any reduction? No. Instead, now up it they go. Instead, now up it they go. So that one day we've said from the previous administration, remember the day now where the previous British High Commissioner be the left. I don't forget what they try for accent. I say, it's okay, 98.1. We played that audio day now. Go back, go check with archive on YouTube. Just search for Sierra Leone, the highest landing fees. It they come up. You go listen to that show day now. We do an hour. Then listen. They're not listen. No. All they care about is the tax. Me talking I say, in just a space of 2 years, I clear Mutuka. The same kind of Mutuka I want clear last year, I paid double the price. Double the price, the same kind. Now I pay. The government of Sierra Leone, the previous show, the present show, the organ for Camo, then just feel say the tax from Wataki, and from airports. I didn't for Mekam. If you check NRA, the highest revenue that has been collected now from the key. The highest revenue we an NRA they collect inside Sierra Leone now from the port. Then followed by. So how you expect all anything in there for come on charge all anything so the final consumer not suffer? How you expect that? But not a new thing. Not a new thing at all. But then just don't give it their fears. Say now who they talk with you? Now who they talk with you? Because as far as they're concerned, the taxes are being collected. NRA now they boast, they tell you say government give you a scale for like 2 trillion, but we don't manage exceed our expectation. We don't collect like 3 trillion. NRA always they try for make the government yet glad for them. I'm not saying we should not collect tax. I'm not saying we should not pay our tax. Not so than they are the talk. But there we all na one family na. Not of us say we cry salon down. Not of us say we cry. Me I like salon to the bone. But some of the way where the government they treat we, you think say we deserve them? You think say we deserve them? Now the tax that they talk about. You think so we deserve them? With all the tax how they collect, with all the money how they raise, who say we see then they implement them? Who say you able to point it this? Kudos to the government of Sierra Leone. This than waiting then they do. Tomorrow we're going to do the parable and story time next week. Yeah? Something pass now we read that. They can deal with it. After this president, you see, here are they talking, and all they after this present administration, they promise we say then they buy 300 bus, then they do this, then they do that. Under the carpet, you know what's in the day? You know what's in there under the carpet? Then they try to privatize the Sierra Leone RTCO, Road Transport Corporation. So una go car to boss them. Then now, under the carpet, you can land say, una want for privatize. Hey! Salon. But next week, at the couch person now, they can't talk. Not talk loud or mean anyway. So then they no go give for cam. Just before I come on here, now I land down there. I say, what thing get for left for with the Sierra Leoneans them? With all the tax they collect, what thing they don't really do for cushion? Hardship now we own lives them. What thing really they don't do for cushion hardship now we lives them? Because you go say we then collect all the money here. Now we the people in back now we they can enjoy. Who say? You they see You they see Not today we don't call say they wanna pull this price. The last time they tell say they won't pull 32%, they don't pull this for giving numbers. It's easy. It's easy for giving numbers. But make we feel the effects then and we go tell una say yes. That number una be tell we say una don't pull. We don't feel it today. The price don't go down. But oh yeah, nothing. Nobody know they do business for loss. But I feel say the government you say they don't engage them people here. But according to the press release, they say no worry. I like Ivory Coast, Noka again, Cote d'Ivoire, I like the Noka. I like the Noka again. Other 2 flights in day, we still go Ivory Coast. So that's what we want. Even though then claim say they not send the letter to the official, they didn't say it on social media, they didn't see. I didn't see. But on that day, they say they go lek for Yeri from. They outline everything. Don't they say they go lek for Yeri from Sierra Leone? But what do we read so? Nothing says along why Yeri from them. And Sierra Leone was really happy for inform we say Air Cote d'Ivoire don't come back na salon after they resume their flight. And be glad that thing. Now then they say, but I like una go. Because other people in the fly go there. So I wanna for grumble. If you want be a me witness na ya, when KLM starts na salon, go on we website, just search KLM. Look through. You go see this one, I can't tell you so. Because we'll be dealing with Anaya. KLM starts na salon. After so many donkey years, we KLM not be the fly go salon. KLM start na salon. 1 week no more we KLM start. KLM pull press release. Then pull press release say, salon, everything is expensive. They talk about we landing fee. They talk about everything that press release day. What do we end up see? KLM not say even though we know say KLM and Air France, then they go body together, then they jam body. Now all the same partners in the same waiting self. But KLM, they're not say they. As soon as they see another opportunity, then they say, boy, you're bad. They say, we don't go. We don't left una. That's what they happen. And now again, we'll be dealing with that. Then change? No, they not change. They not change you. They not change. But we see election ki one can just know. All kinds of things they promise we na the diaspora. Then go make water cheaper and safer and everything. Then go make the airport this and that and what not. All kind of things go do for we. And tell also go vote all. Na election they cancel. And they can feed we back another promise. One thing where I want make me you get unclear. You see the people of Sierra Leone, who side and get that mentality say, when at the diaspora will get money, now from the big one them. From the big one them. I didn't get them. Yeah? Because anything we get for do with passports and salon. Link and no more. Now made that previous administration go take and go tie passport. Boom, boom. Passport was cheap. And go tie and take $100. What's in a be the defense starting day? If you want to travel, you forget money. We don't need passport, you know, for be passport, we own passport can't luxury. Not to make it end up na the wrong hands them. How many people lay in a salon till they will get passport? People only go there because they feel say they want to travel and then they go for passport. Even though some people, even if some people then get issue, you want go bail them, then they ask you for passport. Depend on the crime and the bail motive for them put in place. Then they ask you for your passport. Now they see now some people in the back out because we think they not get passport because passport and luxury. So everything we get for do with people that are connected to the diaspora, they say we get money. You know what made them they think so? Because we election thinker, then they fly Canada. Now we all back together we give them. Because they hope say then they go put with it for low pull we own. So why they not go feel say we get money? Why? Christmas they can just now. Then they wait for we. Will they go back? Now make na season to season. After Christmas, who stay again will defend Easter. How they go for meet up independence? After that, we no go again. Wait back till other Christmas. But you grab so no more go. Because we begin look for tickets for today. They month you trail the ticket prices them. They trail the ticket price then they study the price. They go up, they can shake so. And so the price they can shake tumba all. Power they look for her. But time go come. We win at the diaspora. Now we first get for wake up. But because they cannot promise we, say then they make we something. Only they hear you, only they see. Only hear you, only see. Not care. If na loan someone they go take care. If na after in tax time, if na anything. Because you know say when they come inside, then go call her inside. They no call her say they go pass them here. Some of you, unabopo. No, so we go like, come on, they do business are full. Even though some man as he can't just know where you give say, left them guy, and they all. How for do? The one at the all now, they don't make we you feel so all they talk now and at the same thing no more. But some of us, not through the love, the genuine love we get for the country. What's all man want the inside politics so? What's all man? Why I talk just and say the price is shake tumba? You know why? Because we get to neighbor them. Who know they compare price with them. Make we check say, what you make all man they go na Guinea? How much Guinea they charge? $100. We don't make $100. Who know they compete in that area day? Who know they compete in that area day? If we want to talk about good price, we don't compete so. So how much they charge for the land if you how much? Or the import. We know say beaucoup people they go Guinea. How much they charge for the import? Una reduce the price back. Low compete with Guinea. Make people and come past and salon care and go Guinea. But we all think now Guinea then they pass inside salon. Now make as salon ki want make jiggy price Guinea go boom then lock the mouth. Then lock the mouth bam. Also, I see, Nayana Saloon. But we're not going for time for talk. My brother we call from France, where he say the people in a saloon. I want to make you know say the one who is saloon, then they listen the radio past the one who is France. Not to disrespect to one of the reality. Who say for the deal with data now? Data they for program. After United States, as we sit here now talking, after United States, na salon. Then they listen. I wish say me granny, me grandpa, na the interior village part able to tune FM Eyerewi. I understand that. Now that we want. Now that's what they wish for. But for now, the one who they feel say no the yeri, then the yeri, but they need the grief for the one. Now me go they tell them. Not everything I can't tell you Naya. But trust me when three police you don't Naya tell you say they are listening and they are here. They are coming here. Anybody who we talk about Naya, I want to make you know say the news they meet them and but they're not kin sabi. You know I think it's funny. Okay, don't deal with somebody Naya who don't deal with her. The next day, they come. The next day, they come. I want to make you know, say, even from State House, they are coming here and listening to us. Yeah? I just want to make you rest assured about that. But now when we and the diaspora begin to take ourselves serious, Now the time them go no say we are serious. Because right now, too many platforms. So we didn't kind of say, but now let's plan in our opposition there. We didn't go and say, these are our kind of guys. And Lord give them great force back. Also, we didn't know so they make money. And 60 years they can rob so. Next year. 60. What do we get for show picking them? And so go there this direct foot stay. 60 years. Light, water, healthcare. And tell about food. Food. Till they say 2030, we don't keep that audio there. May God save your life. If triple SF not there again, I believe say the policy will go take over Sarah Network, because Sarah Network is not going to die. I will tell and say, there is an audio. We say 2030. We will go the one again for it. Because when 2030 come, we not care house administration did it. We get for plan. I think the God go don't give it strong foot in a salon. We defend WFP office. We go plan for them. Say now na be tell say 2030 we not go angry. We will go sleep, we not want again. We say it go come out the next day. This is 2030. The same thing is happening. Where have we gone wrong? So I can't explain Giwiba. But na 60 years. 60 years. Waiting at the challenge. We are Sierra Leoneans, then the challenge we serve. Waiting. You they see the launching them. What the president do? The donation, the launching and everything. Most of them get Chinese connection. Most. But Nasati don't go deal with Andy. Because they tell them be ready for survey the water. Now Chinese company them fan. Now South Korea don't can give away boats for patrol the water. Daddy God. Oh, Ayana Salon. We'll be back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Triple A. Tata.